What's up, my family? Welcome back to Jared Tries Trading, episode 34. 3 minutes before the close today. It's Tuesday, March 1st. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are keeping it green. This is going to be a little bit longer video. I'm going to do a quick monthly recap, show you guys how I did, and then we'll get straight into today. Sorry I've been gone. I've been, dealing with this cough. I'm negative. It's not the Rona, but I'm coughing a shit ton nonetheless. So I've been sleeping in, just trying to heal up. And it's usually start coughing a shit ton at night. But I got to get back to work. It's March 1st. Let's see if we could put together a green month this month. So February, baby. We put together a green month. My first green month since starting. Last month we had a rough third week, and that really made us red for the whole month. So this month we got ahead the first 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks we were red, but we kept our losses small enough that we remained green on the month, which is fine with me. The market's been super tough. I know you got, the other novices feel it as well. So any type of green day you can have in this market is a blessing. And I gotta give kudos to myself for keeping it green. 73% last month, exactly what we're looking for. We need profit factor of 2, but hey, we're positive. And 1100, 1200. We save 40%, save 40% of that for taxes. Pay myself a cool little $700. Half a rent or something. Half of rent is what I mean. But yeah, I'm ecstatic. I'm not rich or nothing. I mean, this barely, covers insurance, being unemployed and everything. But shit, it's progress. So now let's move into, or actually show you guys how I did the last week. I don't know if I reviewed this. End of February. All right, so the last half of February we were red. I think I did review this actually, so we'll leave it at the monthly review. I didn't really trade yesterday. I closed my FCX swing, nice $60, and I went back to sleep. So let's get into today. Man, I was doing cool for the beginning. I knew my win rate wasn't gonna be where I wanted to be. I took these 2 small losses. There you go, market close. I took these small base hit losses. I didn't like what they were doing to the short side, and I thought Wells Fargo was the best short that I had at the time, and I gave it room to move. Obviously, the market's kind of choppy. Let's see if it'll even load. What got me into this was these stacked red candles. Let's get into the market real quick. This is the daily. Obviously today we had a red day, but really didn't do anything. Stayed in this range here. I've been thinking I have a bearish outlook on SPY. And until it gets above these SMAs, I have to, right? So I can't assume that we're going to be bouncing every day. That's what got me in trouble in these red days. So I kept that in mind today, and I was focused on the short side. But I didn't really like any of the shorts that I was finding. They weren't like A+ to me. And that kind of limited, how many times I got short. And I also came in late today, but let's look at the shorts I took. So WFC, I got into this. I mean, I was playing the break of this SMA here. There's also this gap right here and this kind of minor support here. Broke through that, broke through the SMA into the, filled the gap from January 3rd between these 2 SMAs. So I'm thinking we have room, all the way down here. And I think it's a good short. I gave it room to move, and it wasn't as weak as I wanted it to be. I started, the red bars weren't as big as the one on SPY, and I'll tell you exactly when I got out was right here, or maybe it was right here. Let's see. I got out at 15:01, so what's that, 3:01? Yeah, right in this candle. So SPY at 3:01. First of all, SPY was climbing. I wanted WFC to keep going down. You know what I mean? But since I had a bearish outlook on the day, I gave it room to run, and then I thought SPY was rallying. Right here, this big bar. So my whole sentiment changed, and I didn't want no shorts no more. So I opened up a bunch of longs, which 5 minutes later, Harry said, you know, it looks like a bull trap. I was already in the trap, but this big ass green bar here, I mean, they got me fucking good. Over here, I'm definitely leaning towards the downside, more red candles. Every bounce is mixed green, you know, red and green candles, and then the pullbacks are, you know, all stacked reds. This bounce was cool. I took a little long in here, but then these stacked red candles, I'm definitely to the short side. You know what I mean? But then we consolidate down here. I'm thinking, you know, we're building support here. A couple stacked green candles, and then after this pullback, I'm looking at one up right here, and I'm like, okay, this is turning to the upside, you know, and so this is changing my mind here. And then I took my eye off the market for just a second, and I see this big ass green bar, you know, taking out these last two red candles, breaks above, you know, this little pivot point here. I'm like, okay, support's in, and even if we're gonna chop around or stay in this range, we have room up to here, or up to here. You know, this downward sloping trend line here, that's not valid anymore. This downward sloping trend line here, that's not valid anymore, because, you know, so, and I guess that's why it's called a bull trap. All these things are telling me to go long now, so I closed my short out. That's why I closed Wells Fargo, even though, you know, it is a good short in my opinion. And $140 loss, I mean, we could deal with those. It's those $500 ones that we can't. So I feel okay with closing it. Obviously, if I had, let's see, what's it at now? What happened to it? Yeah, I mean, it didn't really do nothing. SPY stacked some red candles over here, and it drifted lower. You know what I mean? Not convincingly weak like it was over here. It was stacked red. So I'm all right with this one. I gave it room. I was patient with it, and it didn't look like how I expected it to react. So that's a reason to exit, right? These ones, just small losses. Not really worried about those. Let's get into a couple of these wins. Base hits, JPM. JPM to the short side, broke this horizontal support here below all SMAs. This is a weak stock. You know what I mean? It rallied at the end, so I'm glad I took my profits. 11.35. So where was I at? So I bought up here, and I got out at 11.51. Down here at the bottom of this candle. So just a quick move. You know, the market's been choppy, so I need to be taking my profits when I can get them. And that was only one contract. You know, I'm trying to trade smaller unless I feel there's a lot of confidence in the move. So happy with that little base hit. JPM. Come on. TSN. This one was relatively strong for a while. Another base hit. One contract, so it took 20 cents. Let's look at the daily. It was showing relative strength on the M5 above all SMAs. Obviously, I like to trade it when it's, you know, making all-time highs, but this little, I had an alert set for that, and it broke that downward sloping trend line. So I took a quick move on it. Then, you know, I wasn't touching it back here. I got in at 12.43. So right in this candle, and then I got out at the top of this candle. Well, I gave it a little more room, so yeah, right up here. And that was a bearish stochastic cross up here. I like my exit. The spread was, you know, a little bit wide, so I think I wanted to take $40 off of it, but I had to lower my, you know, my limit sell. So cool with that little base hit. And really the story today was, you know, I felt good about my little base hits here. I felt good about this. Then I closed this one, and I was still cool with it. You know, I had a feeling I would finish red for the day, but I wanted to stay focused on the market. And, you know, what I just explained earlier was, you know, kind of got me caught up in opening some longs. And that comes with experience, I guess. You know, Harry called it perfectly, just a little too late for me. You know, I was bullish at this point. And I wanted to hit these longs hard because I was going to get out. I wasn't going to swing them. Depending on what I saw after this price action. But yeah, it was definitely a bull trap, and now I'm holding a couple longs, and we'll get into those. So I got into Oxy. And these are all the basic materials sector. So I wanted to hit them hard because all their dailies look the same. They're definitely strong. You know, they're getting affected by the war. A lot of money's going into them, even though the market's heavy as shit. You know what I mean? So top right hand corner of the daily, above all SMAs, you know, gapped up today. So I went shares on this one. I wasn't too concerned with my entry, especially with the shares. You know, I can hold this for a while until it comes back around. You know, I was deep in the red over here, and then up here I could have got out for like a $50 profit, but I'm confident in the daily. I think I could get more out of it, and you know, I'm not up against no time decay or anything like that. So swinging Oxy. CVX, you know, I took a big loss on CVX, you know, last month when I got long in this area and it gapped down and did all this bullshit. But look at this, 3 stack green candles, hoping to get some continuation out of that. Obviously affected by the war. We'll see if, you know, prices are going to keep going up or whatever. I'm red on this one. Let's see. Actually, you know, the market had 2 green bars at the end of the day. So I'm positive on CVX. I'm looking for some follow through on that. And then let's look at another one, COP. I might be a little bit overexposed in the basic mat sector, but I like this kind of breakout above this horizontal resistance, above all SMAs, making new highs. This candle, not sure what to think. I mean, SPY still put up a big ass red day, and we had a green day on COP, so happy about that. I'm pretty red on that one. Yeah, I did a whole lot of nothing after I got in, but hopefully the basic material sector stays strong for a day or two longer, or else I might be fucked. Let's see, SPY. Yeah, I guess I was just playing the daily. These are the strongest stocks that I found on this red day, and I went with it. So, and then the last one, yeah, the CVX, COP, Oxy. So those are my 3 swings right now. I guess I should have trimmed and you know, reduced my exposure, but I did like the dailies on all these, and I have until March 18th. So 2 weeks out on the expiration on those, and we'll see what happens. So I didn't really want to start marching in the hole, but you know, first day back, just feeling a little bit better, and I just wanted to go with my gut and just, you know, jump into the deep end. 50%, I think we're still warming up. I like my picks. I took my base hits. This WFC, I was patient with it, and I cut it because I didn't like what it was doing. So, you know, I leaned on my bearish sentiment on SPY to keep me in this trade, and then right when my sentiment changed, I cut it, went heavy on my longs, and you know, the bull trap got me. But you know, we'll deal with this $100 loss, and we'll see what we could do tomorrow. I think I went over everything I wanted to. Great month last month. Let's get March started. Remember, you know, every day is a new day. Come back focused, locked in, and let's stack some green days. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. See ya.